Hey guys, Buck here, BTM Scale Modeling, and welcome back to another weekend on the bench. More progress getting done on the Enterprise D. It's coming together, guys. It's finally starting to finish up. I have done the final gloss coat on the saucer, and it is been drying for the last day or so, so we're just leaving that alone. I got it in my spray booth, covered with a blanket. Not going to look at it, not going to touch it for a little while, just leave it alone. I don't want to screw it up. What I have started work on is the neck and the secondary hull. I'll let the video show that. Finished all the window etching, as you will see. I actually did a little video showing how I scratch those out. I know previously I've done a little bit, but learning what I did with the fast forwarding, I actually ran it for a little while. So those that had questions or wondering how, like TK was asking me about it from the previous video, how I got the windows so cleaned. So I showed that. Other than that, guys, we're just slowly whittling along. Jacob is finishing his English project this weekend. We actually playing hooky from church today, so he could get finished up on that. I wanted to do a little more on the kit. So the plan is getting her done. You know, I'm getting itchy to start another kit. With this build, sometimes I have two or three builds going at once, but with the complexity of the Enterprise D build and all the decals and everything going into it, I've just slowly mainly focused on this. So we're going to get this girl finished up here in the next couple of weeks. That's the plan. You know, spring's on its way, hopefully. So guys, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you to my new subscribers, to my following subscribers, guys. Again, if you have any questions or comments, concerns, please leave them in the comment section. I will respond to them in a very timely manner. Like I said, within 12 to 24 hours I try to get it done. But without further ado, let's go see what we got done this week on the bench. Okay guys, hey, it's Saturday, so we're back to work on the Enterprise. Just some tidbits. Got the final clear gloss coat, sealing in the decals on the saucer. Guys, again, I'm really excited the way that it turned out. There's a little work, you know, to do with the round twos, but for the most part, they were phenomenal. So I'm going to answer a couple of questions before we get started with the build today. Over on Facebook, if you haven't had the chance to check out Joe's Custom Lights and Models Facebook group, guys, I encourage you to go check it out. Joe does custom builds and commission builds, but he created another community like Sci-Fi Fantasy and the model shop that you really should check out, because it's amazing some of the builds that are going on there. But I posted what I got started, and on the saucer I posted the before and after pics. And there was one question was asking about the silvering and the air bubbles that happen on that. And yeah, you know, there is gonna be there wasn't as much silvering. The only problem I found with the silvering was in the windows. And in one of my videos I showed you guys, pretty simple. I know you can't see it here, but just for like say, when that decal goes on and after you apply the Solvaset and let that dry and finish drying, you're going to go back and you're going to see that sometimes that Solvaset didn't take in. Well, again, the easiest thing to do with that on those round twos is just take a toothpick, just regular old plain Jane toothpick, and just lightly press in on the window. And what that's going to do is going to set that decal in. And I'll probably show you guys on this when we get this part decaled. So that can be explained a little better. I do not want to touch the saucer section right now with it drying with that gloss coat. So what we have left is what you see. We have the secondary hull, the neck, and getting stuff done. The warp engines are done. The saucer section's done. Now we need to finish this. My goal this weekend is to get all the windows finally finished cleaning. Get my blackout paint on my strobe, put on my power connector, and start putting lighting together and getting things finished. I've trimmed the fiber optics for our marker lights. Everything's set aside. Just got to get to it. But on the YouTube channel, TK316, thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing, and your feedback is greatly appreciated. All your guys' feedback is greatly appreciated. But he had a question because he's doing the same kit, and if you haven't checked it out, you should. He's doing some phenomenal work with the Enterprise D and lighting. But he ran the same problem with these clear kits. It's like, what do we do? How do you get that window so clean? So I told him I would hash out a video here for him this weekend on what I did. Basically, guys, this is it. Take a good X-Acto knife and make sure you got plenty of spare blades. And all it is I just go in and I just scratch out the detail. Now he says he's having a problem getting all the paint out. Well, TK, sometimes you're not going to get it all. Sometimes you can scrape enough to give that window effect that you want. I run into the same problem on the smaller windows because I don't want to go over. But what I'm going to show you is the technique I've been using. So guys, I'm going to pause and then I'm going to zoom it in a little more so you guys can see what's going on, and we'll get to okay guys, as you can see I've got it pretty well zoomed in, so forgive me, I'm going to work with trying to stay in frame here for you. The other thing, guys, if you haven't got a set yet, get you some magnifiers. When working on this detail, these small windows, you can't beat it. So basically, I decide which way I'm going to start. So I want to start on this side, and I pick where I'm going to go. And basically, it's holding the knife at a flat angle. Let me zoom out. That's pretty terrible there. Is I hold the knife at flat, and then all I do is I see where I want to start, and I just dig that knife in. Sometimes you can roll it over, get a little better effect. But basically it's just get in there and light pressure, but dig out. Sometimes some windows are easier than others. Sometimes they're not. They're a pain in the tuchus. But that's all it is, guys. It's just kind of a slow and steady march to get the windows cleared. So I'm going to keep working on this. Like I said, my goal is to get all the windows done this weekend and start putting in the lighting. I'm really getting anxious to get this finished. I'm starting to salivate. All my stuff, like I said last week, is in for the Voyager, and I want to start on my Y-Wing for my Sci-Fi Fantasy Secret Santa group build. Got a lot of projects to do, but I'm going to get back, and I'll talk to you guys when we get this done. See you soon. Alright guys, welcome back. It's Sunday. Work continues. Got all the windows etched out. Nice long project there. It takes a little time, but if you guys building this kit, you understand that. Got some more work going on. We're finishing up Jacob's English project, the trench, which he needs to start working on instead of watching TV and covering up. But what I did want to show you guys is now we're coming to the end of the meats and bones here in a little bit. I've got pretty much everything done for the inside that I need to do. Like I said, the windows are done, so now I've cut and pre-tinned my wires. I've cut my fiber optics down so I can start planning and laying light down here. Same thing going here. I've already decided on one strip here, and here's the neck. So basically the idea is I need to get all my lights in on both halves, hook up my power connector, get everything wired, plan on how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to take all the wiring from the power connector up to the neck, which I have a good idea of what I'm going to do. But, you know, like I said, sometimes best laid plans, things change. So I got to get lighting laid down, test it out, get the pieces all figured out, hooked together, because I still got a lot of seam work to do on the secondary hull and the neck. But I did want to show you guys what the neck looks like with everything out. And if I don't screw this up, I mean, there's going to be a lot of light leak, but you'll understand where we're coming from. So there she goes. So let me turn her over here, and like I said, guys, I got a lot of light leaks I got to do, but let me zoom in here so you guys can get a better idea. Let me zoom out just a little bit. There we go. Come on. There we go. So as you can see, guys, I still have a lot of work to do, but just getting it in. I got to get I got to paint over the red bulb, but there she is, guys, starting to come together. Impulse engine, back deck, you know, got some light leaks around that, but we're getting there. So I'm gonna keep going at it. My plan is to at least get this part buttoned up, get the red LED blocked off. I was hoping that the light strip was going to be enough. Boyd, when he built this, he actually had a little tower that he found, which I looked all over, and I probably should have, you know, sent an email or a message to him and asked him where he found it, but I didn't, so I just ran strip. And what my plan was that the strip would be bright enough to do the impulse engine, which it wasn't, so I had to run another LED. Which is fine. You know, we're plugging this in, so there'll be plenty of power to work everything. Just now I got to do some more planning because I got to block off that, and I actually have a plan. I'm going to paint and then probably run a little piece of styrene strip just to block that off once I get this all put together. But other than that, guys, work continues. Let me do some more work, and we'll get back with you here soon. Alright, thanks, guys. Hi guys, welcome back. So just a few final thoughts as I close up this weekend. I'm going to continue work as soon as I get this video edited and put together and posted. It's Walking Dead premiere, second half of the season, so if I'm downloading a video on YouTube while that's fixing to come on, my children are going to hate me, so get this done before tonight. Basically, I've glued the neck together. I'm going to let that sit for a while, and then I'm going to take care of the seam work right around, you know, here that needs to be done. That's not going to be covered up in the main saucer. I've laid out the preliminary light strips that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to wire those and then start playing around, seeing what I need, what else I need to do. I have my power jack soldered and ready to go. I have that tightened down because like I said, I have to start figuring out how I'm going to tie this all together. And like I said, I got a great idea on how I'm going to do that. It's just getting it tied in with the saucer section that I have put in a very safe space right now, so we can take care of that later. Guys, we're getting closer and closer. If time permits this week, I'm going to do some more work. I'm going to get the seam work done up on this, do the light blocking on the impulse engine, and try to get these wired in. Hopefully get things set to where I can start getting the final pieces together, so we can start doing the final light blocking, the seam work, get the decals on, get the nacelles on, and get it all put together. Now, one final thing, I have an idea how I'm going to do my base, but I still have to go and get it. I haven't decided what I want to do. There's a gentleman on Facebook that he does his own bases, and he's got a really cool Star Trek base that he's producing, and I'm kind of dragging a little bit. I'm not going to keep dragging. Like I said, I'm wanting to get this done. I have other kits that I want to get on. But I'm kind of waiting to hopefully be able to get that base for the Enterprise. If not, I'll probably just put it on a temporary base until that comes up. That way I can get this kit completed and start work on the Y-Wing and the Voyager and the Enterprise E and what other starships I have, the Constitution class cutaway. But some takeaways. The lighting is definitely going easier. Again, we got all the windows etched, so that makes it nice, because that's a time-consuming process. As you guys could see in the video, it really does take a little time, a little patience, and then your fingers start to wear out, so you got to take breaks. But other than that, guys, I want to wish you a rest of a happy weekend. If you're a Walking Dead fan, I guess we're going to see what happens tonight. And I will see you guys next week on the bench. Thanks for watching.